Welcome back to another market closing live stream. Well, folks, what a weird freaking market. We talked about this quite a bit, that we could be facing these convictionless rallies. And while we talked about a whole lot of stuff in the market in the course member live streams, the recurring theme, folks, convictionless rallies. That's what we're dealing with. It's just no conviction at all. False start, false start, false start. Fortunately, we're really not breaking past the floors that we've previously seen, which is good. Because I think if we start breaking past the prior floors that we had, we start running into issues. Now, we wrote our floors down. What was it? Like December 10th or something like that? Let me see here. December 13, 14. Here they are. December 16th. We wrote down all of our floors. Let's just do a little floor check while we're at it. Convictionless rally equals the new cautiously optimistic. I agree with that. I actually think that's a good way to put it. So let's do a little check here. So Lemonade, $40 floor. It's at $40.70, slightly above. DocuSign, a $140 floor. It's at $153. So see, we're off the floor. I don't want to see us breaking the floors when we have these red days. See, Trade Desk, it was like 85 was the floor. Not here. This was before. This was part of the early rally and stuff. And we're talking about recent floor here. 84, 85, right around here was the floor. So we're still up here. SoFi, $14 floor. It's at $14.91. See, look at that. Just disgusting. Robinhood, 18. I think it's just slightly below 18 right now. Yeah. Look at it. It's going back down to our imaginary line that's taking Robinhood to zero. Cloudflare, 129 floor. It's at 134. Ooh, it extended a little bit more today. Enphase, recent 180 floor. See, we're mostly respecting all of the floors. Matterport, 21 to 22. It's at 22.40. See, look at that. Even though we're lacking that conviction, Piton was 36. We're not. Piton, I don't think has found its floor yet, because this is now the second time Piton has broken, but I don't think Piton has ever really found a floor, because notice how it really doesn't touch the same price twice. It just keeps kind of going down. Maybe right here, 40, 41, maybe there you kind of touched it twice, but it just hasn't stopped falling. So I can't really say Piton is a floor. 1780 was the floor for Carnival. Look at that. It's actually positive today. PayPal, I think it was 180. It's at 190. Yeah, let me write that down, 180. Affirm was 92, but that was only during the FUD period. It's 102 now, so that's fine. Toast was 30, and they're at 36, so that's fine. ARC-G was 58. They're at 61, so that's above. ARC-K had a floor of... Actually, I didn't write down a floor, but it looks like it was about 89, 90. And it's above that. And then Zoom, it had a floor of 175, and it's above that. So all of them are above their floor, which is good, even though we're seeing all this ugly red. And NEO is hanging out just under 30 again, but also off of its relative floor here. Google's bouncing along here. We've got, let's see how we did on the indices, which it's interesting to look at, because the S&P 500 literally crossed a record high to 4,800, just above 4,800. And yeah, see, now it's negative. Look at that. We actually went... Oh, I love how there's a quick link to everything bubble on CNBC. That's interesting. We'll look at that in just a sec. Dow Jones up about a third, actually exactly a third. S&P down 0.02. NASDAQ Technologies down the largest, down 0.38. Looking at bonds, bond yields barely moving actually on this news. Brent at 80 and BTC just under 48. We gave up. We literally went right back to our downside support. We fully gave up that U-turn, that rally U-turn. So which we knew was the potential downside risk. Then let's look at that everything bubble. What is this? Wealthy investors want to own a little less of everything bubble. Less of the everything bubble in 2022. Okay. Just over half expect the S&P to finish with a 5% gain. Wealthy Americans have little appetite for more risk. Oh, I like how this guy's actually blowing a bubble. That's kind of funny. That looks like it's about to pop too. Can't take more risk. Get out of the market. Market is high and people are nervous. Sounds like somebody who's shorting the market. If you haven't got the guts to pull out. Our clients are fearful, but none of them are at the point of getting out. You can't really get much more risk on as far as fresh dollars. So in other words, kind of peak risk is what they're suggesting. Inflation and the Fed economy, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. So let's take a look at some other news that we got. And let's also, in the meantime, turn on the member chat. Okay, New York City to double school tests on Omicron. Apple, oh yeah, I saw this alert when it came through. Apple's dumping money at people. It's incredible. He's throwing money, or Apple's throwing money at people to make sure they stay. It's interesting. It kind of shows just the challenge of hiring and finding excellent talent. Very difficult these days. Extremely difficult. So it's either compromise or just, I guess, you have a smaller team. It's pretty incredible. It's also kind of rough out there for a lot of different folks. But okay, let's see here. There we go. Remember, chat's on. Number of zombie companies is falling despite bites from inflation and COVID. Zombie companies that are upside down, they can't even survive with the debt load they have. Crypto won't solve financial inequality, says Senator Warren. Nobody really cares what Senator Warren has to say about crypto, I don't think. Anyway. All right. Waiting for the verdict in Holmes. Be prepared to keep waiting. Okay. Not a lot of headline grabbers here on Bloomberg. Let's go ahead and jump on over to the Journal. Biden eyes Raskin as top Fed banking regulator. That's interesting. So there are 3 new seats that are being picked. Yeah, let's see if we can get a little info here. So Mrs. Raskin, former Fed governor, former Treasury official to become the central bank's vice chairwoman of supervision. Be interesting. Along with Lisa Cook and Philip Jefferson. Raskin nomination could mollify progressive Dems, some of who... I don't know how important this is right now. Raskin was deeply involved behind the scenes to write the Dodd-Frank regulatory overhang. That's interesting. So Dodd-Frank is something that definitely put a lot of restrictions on larger banks, lending requirements. Some say potentially hurt our economic recovery coming out of 2008. Others say is perfect for preventing crashes or bubbles. But yeah, this would be a little more interesting to go through a little later, but I don't think too terribly important right now. Not sure the market's reacting to this. Senator Warren needs to retire. That's interesting. Somebody donated $10 to say that since mid to late September, I've noticed that the market almost always drops on Tuesday after a strong open and then just dips all day only to recover the rest of the week. Pattern maybe? Maybe. That is interesting. It's possible. All right. What else we have? Elder abuse spreads, stoked by pandemic. Yikes. Chicago office tower. Market pickers struggling to beat the market. Yeah, individual stocks have been rough with, especially with how weird these little rallies have been moving. The S&P has been performing so incredibly. Otherwise, okay, relatively quiet. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go hunt around, play options a little bit. So let's take a look here. One of the things that I like exploring an idea of is hunting for potential calls that you could sell in companies that you think are likely to trade sideways for a bit. So without rallying yet. So let's just do an example here. Let's see what that could look like. If we go into Square, and let's say you're like, hey, I think this bottom's going to last a while before it actually returns, before we rally. because if it does rally, then you'll get screwed on your coverage, right? But let's say you had $500,000 in Square. I'm using that because that's me. Okay. And then let's say I was going to sell covered calls at the money. So I'm going to sell calls, which is a covered call. And I have the shares, and I've got, so I'm going to sell 50 of these. So if I sold 50 of these contracts on a 500K position, I'd get about $36,000 for January. And if Square started running, then you'd want to dump out of these really fast. Unless, of course, you had a convictionless rally and you just pumped a little bit only to fall right back. That would make that a little complicated of a decision. But that would be a way to, and this is a sold call for January. You could also go out a little further. Let's see, if we go out to Feb, like 56,000. Now I'm closer, now I'm over 10% selling a call for Feb. 73,000 going out to March. These are not terrible bumps, 20K a piece here. If I go to April, now I'm only getting about 8K. So probably, yeah, it's a little less. That's like 17K here. And going from the 21st of Jan to Feb 18, it's about 20 grand. That's not terrible. But if you get any sort of rally between now and March 18th, you're going to be upside down on those covered calls. So usually one of the nice things to do is to try to find a high volatility stock that's up and then sell some calls against it. Like, let's try Roku. So if I have 20 contracts, what do I have? 232. What do I have? I don't even know what I have here. I don't know. I think I have 250. 1, 2, 3 divided by 232. That's about 1,000 shares. So I have 10 contracts. 10 contracts of Roku. Let's see if I wanted covered calls on Roku, which has been rebounding. Been very nice. All right, Webull. Webull's sucking right now. Come on. Options. There we go. Okay. We did. Hold on. Let's look here. 45 cents. It's about the same. 25, 45. Yeah, it's about the same. And let's go for this one. Let's go for the 230 sold call. What do I get? Sell 10 calls. It's about as much as I could do. You get about 15K. A little less than 10%. That's out to January. Go out to February. $23,000. That's not bad. Quick way, and you get 10%. If it goes down, you're hedged. If it goes up, either get out early or sell your shares. All right. That'd be a nice, quick little way to pick this up. I did not see any delivery numbers for Lucid, and I don't think they're going to be coming out for at least another week. But anyway, okay, so that's a consideration of mine in this weird market. But usually selling calls is only good if you're really expecting that sideways trading. So it could be a way to hedge your portfolio by picking up a larger credit. Maybe you could even go weekly calls. This is something that people, and then you have a little bit more turnover. But let's see what that looks like. So let's do it with Square. And let's go look at Square's weekly options. Let's go to, so the next one would be, I'm not going to go for the 3rd. I'm going to go for January 7th. So let's say you go January 7th, Square, sell, call. You get $4. $4 on 165. You're a little protected. That's $4.45 divided by 165. That puts you about a 2.7% return. Yeah, that's all right. Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm still hodling that hood. And I believe it's ridiculous where they sit with the amount of cash they have and that crypto wallets coming. But hey, just because you believe something doesn't necessarily mean the stock market agrees. We'll see. Give it some time. You gotta be patient with these things. So, not a lot of green. Some recoveries green. Macy's, Airlines, Carnival Cruise Lines, Home Depot, Target, Spirit, Nordstrom. Not a lot of news, but we do know that crypto is getting whacked, falling right back to its support line. Voyager Digital backed, getting whacked. I mean, that's expected at this point. Upstart, big trader moves here, gave up another 7%. Roblox under 100 again, if you're looking for an opportunity on Roblox under 100. Dutch Bros down, Robinhood down, Lemonade down. But again, as we saw at the beginning of the stream, a lot of these above their support levels. Let's go ahead and look at Enphase and Tesla and see what else we got here. Enphase, 187. Tesla, sitting about 1087. Hey, that's just like Enphase. It's a little bit apart. One extra digit in there. SPY sell-off. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, SPY negative 0.12. Oh, that's nice. Look at that end of the day sell-off. Let's see. Look at that fear. Ooh, yeah, you're getting it in ARK too. Let's go. Rather than the end of the day buying, you're getting the end of the day fun sell-off. TAN, ARK, SPY. 7 minutes to go here. Yeah, Robinhood is an easy short when you know retail don't want to buy it. That's true. Surprisingly, it doesn't have that many shorts, though. Oh, well. All right. Let's, while we keep an eye on these crazy red candlesticks here and massive red volume coming in at the end of the day, let's take a quick listen into CNBC. Let's see what they're saying.
In the last hour, I think Mike said something like, since April, the equity market has outperformed crypto assets by, I forget the percentage that he mentioned, but we know that it has. And how many investors have come into the crypto trade above 50,000 or even above 60,000?
Well, in fairness, crypto was at its peak in April, so it's like he's measuring from the top down.
What they want,
well, its first peak this year.
Price was maybe 5,000 or 10,000. That's the problem with price momentum. That's the problem as it moves higher. And that's the problem where, again, I introduced this word, maintaining discipline. It's important to do. So I think the majority of the stronger hands that hold crypto, I think they'll be fine. But unfortunately, I think there's a lot of weaker hands at play here. And I think in the month of December, you're seeing a lot of the weaker ownership of risk assets being shaken out. And I think that process extends itself into the new year.
Let's have a look at travel stocks today. Seema Modi's got that breakdown for us.
Hello, Wilfred. Booking Holdings CEO Glenn Fogel earlier today telling me that he acknowledged the impact of COVID on staffing and cancellations and how that is pushing more travelers to reassess plans. Listen in.
So if an airline doesn't have the appropriate staffing, it can't get that plane up in the air.
All right, staffing problems, got it. So, little sell-off here into the close. But when you zoom out on the day, it's nothing that we haven't seen. So it's not like it's substantial. Tesla, that was Enphase. This is just fun selling. This is more of like Cathie Wood selling. Did y'all see Cathie Wood's crazy sales? Look at this. Let me see if I can grab it really quick. I'll put it up on screen just one sec. And shout out to Ross Gerber, by the way. He says, what did he say? He said, distributions are not that large for the funds to justify all the selling. They shouldn't be distributing at all. Something, yeah, okay. So, it seems like a lot of people are kind of confused by what's going on over at Woods Fund. I think somebody said it earlier and said it best. Cathie's doing her soul searching, which I really like them. I feel bad for them, but this was quite odd. This end of the year cash raise. It just seems odd. I know they have the little disclaimer here about their cash raise, but a lot of everything. Kind of just like I went down the list and it's like, that's it. Take the axe to a little bit of everything. We got outflows and we got taxes to pay. I don't know. Oh, all right. That was odd. So SPY it does look like it's continuing to fall into the close. Embraer's got its Eve SPAC coming out soon, so I've been keeping an eye on Embraer, seeing if I can get a better deal on it. Wow, the HUT options are going to be a lot cheaper today if you were looking for a deal on a HUT option. Choose if you thought crypto was going to rally again. Which getting it closer to the line, to support line, might not be terrible. Unless you thought Bitcoin was going to break through this 47.2 and maybe go to 37. If you think it's going to break, do not buy HUT. Certainly don't buy the calls. But if you think that HUT 8 has the potential of rallying, I really right now like the deep in the money calls, the $5 ones. Because you are, you'd have to fall quite a bit for you to lose all of your profit on that, or your investment on that. Okay, so GTech Holdings, actually, wow, it's 20-cent stock. Jeez, I remember when they were like 70 cents. So many valuations have just been smushed. Really kind of gross, but here's what it is. Next door, $8. Ugh, Electromechanica is only a $2.30 stock. Oh gosh. So much pain on how long some of these have been getting beat up. Arcimoto, $8, Tesla's obviously doing well. The mega caps doing well, although they are red. Yeah. See if I can find any other background info on what's potentially driving the selling today. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't know why you do a dividend once a year at the end of December. I don't know why you do that, but whatever. Seasonality shows the brief reprieve in inflation may be over. Ooh, brief reprieve. Inflation has been moderating as of late, briefly slowing into the year. It's a seasonal trend that has held through the last 5 years. Oh, so this person's mentioning maybe a brief little seasonal break in inflation, and then we start seeing higher inflation numbers again. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. 1 minute left until closing. So you got 1 minute left to deal with your options if you want to get rid of them. A little more weakness in stock futures could start triggering stop losses, which means more selling. 3-month risk reversal. Good direction of euro direction. Well, that's for euro. Yeah, okay. Nothing particularly juicy to cover there. Okay. So, all right. 30 seconds into the close. Let's listen to Sarah take it away. U.S. stocks waver amid rotation out of big techs. It's like the opposite of the article headline that we heard this morning, but oh well. Here we go.
And that tells you what you need to know. Technology underperforming today. The tech sector is down in the S&P. The NASDAQ is the lowest of the three major averages, down about 0.6 here into the close. And the S&P 500 breaks this little win streak that we've had going. What's working today? Utilities, industrials, consumer staples, materials, real estate, and consumer discretionary just popped into the green. Everybody else is negative. The worst performing sector, it looks like, is technology. Though you did have a few gains in places like Amazon, Starbucks, but weakness in some of the...
I can't believe on the left side, they all zoomed in. Oh, I'm going to zoom in to go ring the bell. Get your butt out there, would you? Get your freaking butt out to the stock market, the stock exchange. Come on, man. Zooming into the bell. Lame. Anyway, Dow Jones down 0.27%. S&P down. I'm sorry, Dow Jones actually up 0.27%. S&P down 0.1. NASDAQ, not the worst anymore, down 0.56. Russell down 0.66. 10-year Treasury kind of stable. Let's see how that selling looked going into the close of the day here. Yeah, we have some spark lines still heading down. It's this convictionless ralliness. Personally, I think it's a great opportunity to keep building out your share positions. I know sometimes it can be frustrating because it's like, it's like it goes up a little and then it goes down again. It goes up a little and then it goes down again. But it doesn't look like that was too terribly much of an impact here at the end of the day. Pretty casual, pretty typical here. Let's look at volumes. Just kind of compare to see what's going on with volumes. Yeah, look at that volume cliff we're seeing here in terms of trading volumes here. So you definitely had a large amount of volume the last week of November and the middle of this month. And that's really relaxed here into the holidays. Kind of like people are taking off, seeing volume rotate down. Tesla a little bit more stable. Let's try a firm, for example, although they're going to have a big volume spike when that report came out. Yeah, here we go. But volume since declining. Square. Yeah, same thing. Volume's kind of rotated down. Neo, Goog. Hundreds of flights to New York cancel. I believe that. Okay. Well, we'll watch crypto closely in the after hours here just to see if some of the ugly goes away or if this pain's going to continue. I don't really see a particular clear catalyst as to why the market would be kind of fussy, other than it's just been fussy. It's like a little baby that just I don't feel good today. My diaper's not on right. So you got a little bit of that going on, and you know what? One day it's like, today I feel like running. I'm just kidding. I'm tired. It feels a little bit like that. So I do have to say it's pretty weird, but hey, hopefully it's a good setup for 2022. And in 2022, we're able to look back at all of the shares we were able to acquire during the slow periods of time. That's what I like to do. It's so hard to add when things are skyrocketing. I know sometimes it feels easier to add when things are skyrocketing, but then you're just giving your returns up in exchange for risk. That doesn't make sense. So, that's why you were saying flights to New York canceled because you can't get to the stock market. Well, it's not my problem. You planned poorly. I'm just kidding. I know it's not necessarily somebody's fault if their flight got canceled, but I don't know. It's still kind of lame. Anyway, okay. Well, folks, that's it. Get yourself 5 free stocks with Webull. Link down below. Go to metkevin.com/Webull. And folks, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again. Goodbye.